my obsession is to play forward as a midfielder. This is what I've always loved, because I love to attack and I like to have the ball, in the final third, which is where you win games. As a young coach, you have your ideas, you have your experience from other managers, from your time as a player. And I've been now 4 years studying, a lot of systems and see what can be right for different teams and for different type of players. And me, obviously, I like to build from goal kick. I like to build in a 4-2-2-2. It's something that I think if you do it well, most of the times you will come out quite well. Why? Because you play with the center backs in this type of position. The goalkeeper is also one more player that we need to use in case they put a lot of pressure. And what happened? You'll use the build-up, the two midfielders very close to each other, never on the same line. Depends if this guy has the ball. You want him a little bit deeper, coming inside, so you can play that triangle. If this guy has the ball, it's a little bit the same. And you always have to find the third man. And I think if you work on it well and you train it at the training ground, it's something that it's very, very well capable of happening and working really well. These guys will be very, very important because they will need to understand when to open, when to tuck in, if the ball goes straight, because if they put a lot of pressure, let's say, if they want to put a lot of pressure on us, which they will do at the end, they want to go like this. This is where, ball, goalkeeper, center back, pass to center back. If they put a lot of pressure, is where this ball needs to go here. We are jumping a line because we attracted the pressure, which is exactly what we're waiting for. We're going to fishing. We're asking, for them to come, and that's where, our two strikers are not so much of a striker anymore. They become number 10s because they come, and these are the guys that they need to jump, or they need to jump to play the third man and to attack. Well, for me, the midfielder, obviously as a midfielder myself, is a position that it's vital in the system of my game and of my players. I always think that 60-70% of the battle won in a football game, it's in midfield. That's why I like to have overload there. At the same time, I like to have a lot of width, with two players on the line, attacking the back line, threatening, pinging the fullbacks. I think it's very important, to give space on these sides for the number 10s that come to play between the lines. Because if you do that and you ping the two fullbacks, what will happen? That in midfield there will be obviously a little bit more space, and the other team is depending on the center back jumping on your striker if it comes deep. And then it's here where we want to create the space for the other strikers, for the other winger. And I don't like the fact that we only have to play football just because we have the ball and we want to play it around. The main objective, and we are trying to build this way and attack this way, is to attack here as soon as possible. This is my biggest objective. I don't like to have the ball just to have it. The most important is to have an idea of how to get there the best way possible. And, through having change of position, having good position of the ball, good body position, trying to understand when your teammate is about. I always tell the boys, when the center back has the ball, he's waiting for him to pressure. The moment he needs to understand, the moment when he's in trouble, that he needs to release the ball. This needs to be a sprint acceleration of 4 or 5 meters to get away from him, that he doesn't have time. And then is where you have to play one touch, and you can play forward. Because my obsession is to play forward as a midfielder. This is what I've always loved, because I love to attack and I like to have the ball, in the final third, which is where you win games. What happens if the other team wants to be really aggressive, which is something that maybe we are looking for as well? It's exactly what some of the teams are doing now. is we want to play with the wingers very, very open for either the goalkeeper straight away or the center backs when they have the first moment of freedom before they get the pressure, because normally the strikers are like this, they let you play, then is when they start to put pressure. What happened here, it's we want to attract these center backs. You are testing them basically. You are saying, are you going to come with me or you're going to let me play? If they come to you, is where you want your wingers to do boom, ball over the top, and so many times you can make this run from the other side and you will go one-on-one. What happened? If they stay here and they are starting to be scared because you've done it a few times, they will still put pressure high, and this is where you can find these guys on the pocket. And they're here. If you have time, you turn. If you have him starting to come, you can jump and play the third man, or play come with this one or this one. There is so many solutions that at the end of the day, you are playing, you know, with the opponent, depending on what this pressure is. If they're coming from the inside, then I will ask these guys to open themselves, to give the solution here outside. If this guy is a little bit more outside, you can play inside. So it's a little bit playing with the opponent, finding your solution depending on the space and the position of the opponent. It's as simple as that. Obviously, you need to work a lot at the training ground, because this is something that you need to give a lot of trust and encourage the players a lot. You know, sometimes there will be mistakes, but I do believe that instead of kicking the ball and play casino, like whatever happens, like this you have an idea of playing, and if they don't want to press, which can happen as well because they are starting to be scared of what you will do, these two midfielders will stay with your two midfielders, with two strikers instead of jumping to the midfielders, and then you already have here a 5 against 2. If they want to jump a little bit, it will be basically, look, 6-7 against 4, and that's where the build-up will be very, very easy. But it all depends on which part of the pitch you are. But building up, this is some of the systems that I think can work very, very well.